Taking the piss. Hello there, everyone. Welcome back to James Redmond TV. We are back with another episode of the LFC Talk Show. Already smiles and giggles. How are we, the boys? I'm joined by Nick. For fuck's sake. I'm joined by Nick. I'm joined by Alex, and I'm joined by Doyle. How are we, the boys? Are we good?
I've had better days. I've had worse days.
But better days. You've had worse days.
For a Monday, lads.
At the end of the day. We're just shit at the moment, aren't we? But boys, we're here to make the LFC community a happier place, and we thank everyone who has joined us in the stream. Make sure you smash the likes, make sure you subscribe, and go and subscribe to the boys as well. KLOPP TV's in the title. Nick's channel is in the description because YouTube doesn't let me put it in the title for some stupid reason. So click that, go subscribe to there, and boys, we've got a juicy show to get into. We've got a few topics, but before we do get into all the rest of the stuff and whatnot, I want to start off on Jurgen Klopp and Jordan Henderson and what their press conference basically concluded. So, pretty much, Kloppers came out because there was the rumours, and I pretty much knew straight away they were just rumours, but there was rumours that Alisson and Robbo had a fight and that Jurgen Klopp was going to walk out. Apparently, he didn't go back with the squad after one of the matches, and it's all been going tits up. And it's just been basically escalated to a certain point where it's just like, fucking hell, mate, you know what I mean? But this is what Klopp said. I'm full of energy. Honestly, I see an interesting challenge. And the reason why I pulled that quote from Jurgen Klopp is because I like seeing that, because I know, what does Jurgen Klopp like the most? Why did he join Liverpool over a Man United, over any other big teams that have more money and more resources than Liverpool? It's for the challenge. It's for the love of what we can actually do. And the tradition around the club. There's many reasons to why he joined. So when he says he now sees a challenge, and it's not just, we're so good at football, I like that. And then Henderson came out right after that and said, basically, he found the Alisson and Robbo fight rumours funny, but they're just rumours. So, I mean, if anyone can intercept, I'm assuming you all knew.
Yeah, the rumours were circulating last night. I can't lie to you. I went to sleep thinking, if I wake up and he's gone, I'm going to fully enter depression now.
Hell is going loose.
Yeah, literally. I had that feeling slyly, but
never happened.
He's come out and just put it all to bed today, which is fair play. He said he's fine, doesn't need extra looking after, and he's been dealing with the kind of grief and all that for the last 2 months, really. The few weeks before his mum died, that must have been awful as well, considering not just the actual day of it, you know what I mean? So, he's been going through it, and it's good to see he's put these rumours to side. I mean, the fight rumour between Ali and Robbo, I don't know about you, but I was zooming in on Robertson's lip to see if I could see any marks on there.
Listen, if there was anyone with a split lip,
because there was a little training picture that they put out, and I was
listen, mate, if there was anyone with a split lip, it would not be Robbo. Robbo is that kid, like, do you know in school when you play footy matches against like other schools and whatnot? And then there was always that kid in the opposition team, and like if you even took the ball off him, he'd basically say he's going to stab you after the game. Or
lads.
He says, "Let's have it." Or something else. You know, Doyle, because you grew up around. Get on this, Robbo. Literally, Robbo. Now, let me finish the points. Yeah, get on this with Robbo. Robbo is that person. If anyone's getting into a scrap after the game, it's Robbo's winning it. There's no doubt.
Yeah, do you remember when you went to Daniel? Do you remember when you went to say, no, I've got him. Don't worry, I've got him. He's a bulldog. Don't you worry.
That won't be it, lad. You know what? This is the way I see it. Even if they did have a scrap, lad, I'm not arsed. It's one of them. That happens in footy, lad. It happens in footy, bro. The amount of times I've had scraps in footy with my teammates, with other opposition, lad. It's footy, lad. It's passionate. That's what it is. And so, and what? You know what?
With me.
Lads, sometimes,
lads, with me. Let me just shout out this super chat there, quick boys. Sorry, Doyle, to stop you. But remember that point. So shout out to Alex. Thank you for the super chat, my friend. Shout out to everyone in the chat as well. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you smash the likes. Make sure you go subscribe to the boys. And we've also got another super chat from Bad Wolf, and he says, couldn't even imagine a world where Klopp isn't manager of Liverpool. Facts. By the way, love the vids recently, James. Sadio Mane is the best player in the world, and you know the score, because that's just very true. It's still true to this day, boys. I'm not even asked. Listen, we're on that train, and we're going chugga. Sorry, go on, Doyle. Anyway, carry on.
I'm just saying, scraps are sound, lad. Scraps are all right. As long as they stay in the dressing room, lad, that's what's important. The only thing I don't like,
doing it on the way to the dressing room.
Not even that, lad. Not even that, right? Yeah. Just nobody can see in the outside world anything that goes on in the club. It's fine, whatever goes on in the club, like, because there's going to be high tempers and there's going to be we've just went from winning everything to getting smoked, lad, by Burnley and Brighton at home. You know what I mean? Like,
literally, tons of features at home for 3 years to lose to Burnley and Brighton.
If I was playing for Liverpool at in this moment right now, lad, I'd be flipping. I'd be looking in the mirror at myself and going, "You're a tit, lad." Like, I'd be flipping. Nah. Like, I can't, like, the time, lad. It's just a difficult period, lad.
The only goal we scored in open play in 2021, we got slapped 3-1. And what is going on?
And it was the best goal, but probably one of the best goals you've ever seen in open play. Let's just say that. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I was like, you know what? They might have scored 3 goals, but we scored the best goal, so we should win the game.
we scored the best goal of the month, Nick. So try and find the silver linings, fella.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Now, but I want to get your thoughts, boys. I'll come to you first, Nick. And it's pretty much like, I think this could be good for Liverpool. Do you know this run of form that's like being dead shit? I know we're not going to win the league now, but I'm talking about long term. I feel like this could be a fucking great thing for the team. And, you know, what was so good about Jurgen Klopp's first season? He lost 2 finals and he got to learn straight away. Weren't like and then he obviously had the Champions League a few years later, but that was a real big learning block for that team. We realised we needed to make massive enforcements. Now we're realising the same thing. What do you reckon, Nick?
No, I agree, man. I mean, listen, I would love to sit here and be like, nah, I thought it was shit as soon as I heard it. Like, just because of the times we're in, do you know what I mean? I was a bit like, oh, I don't know. Like, message James, like, what do you reckon? Now, you know, when you're expecting someone to be like, nah, it's total shit, don't worry. James, like, I don't know. I was like, fuck, man. Went to bed a bit like Alex, like, oh, mate, like, I don't want to hear this. Like, boom. But like, Klopp is just rousing. He is just like, you know, when you just like, he's rousing, bro. He's up there, and like hearing him talking that, and I just went, what was I thinking? Of course you're not. Like, yes, like it was like, nah, what do you mean? I don't need time. Like, I appreciate it, but I'm good. I'm here. And like, it's exactly like what you said. I think it could end up just galvanizing us. You know what I mean? In the long run. Like, we know where we are right now. We know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? But definitely in the long run, I think it's something that we can all sit there and look around and go, come on, like, we got this. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, man, I'm not worried now.
It's a team of, and what you just said there, is Klopp's boss, and he's boss for the fact that he can make a negative situation absolutely fantastic for you in the long run. Yeah, and people say, oh, he's done because, and this is mostly neutrals, but he's done because he's not going to be able to rebuild Liverpool. How about this? He might have not rebuilt Dortmund, but he fucking built them. Bro, and he also got mines all the way to the fucking thingy. And then he came here and done the same shit.
Let me just say something there, lads, right? In Dortmund, he definitely fell apart, right? But he got all of his players picked off him, lad. In Liverpool right now, he doesn't have that. He's got the exact opposite. He can really go out and buy not anyone he wants.
No, lad, he hasn't got the backing from the ball. We're going to talk about
maybe not anyone he wants, lad. But truly, if we need somebody, lad, we could get somebody, and that's just
and he's losing his big players.
Yeah, he's not getting Salah took off him. He's not getting Mane took off him. He's not getting Virgil took off him. So you can't really compare the two stories. He is somebody that has came against adversity over and over and over. Lad, he's literally made for Liverpool. You look at his Mainz career, played for them, managed them, tried to get them up, or got them up on the 3rd time, lad. He's been so unlucky in his career, lad. He's been so many far. He is not the fella to get a knock and then go, but give up. That's not lad.
That's it. I think, yeah. Do you know what's mad? Like, I watch him in the interviews, and do you know what, boys? I never thought I could love my manager more than I already do. You know when I saw that interview after when we won the league,
for him,
boys, I was crying. I was crying when that interview was going. Honestly, I was crying my fucking eyes out, and I've never been so fucking proud to do so, because that man, honestly, from the minute he walked in, he had that aura around the club. But now, the way I'm seeing him handle, and he's not handling it the greatest in interviews, but who the fuck would in a time like right now? Not only is his personal life devastating, it's also his work. You can say football's great, this, that, and the other, but it's also a lot of hard work and dedication that you have to put to it to do well. Same goes for the players and manager. So when I see him doing a press conference today saying, no, I'm fine, you know, bro, like, I just think to myself, this manager is different. He's different.
He's different gravy, bro. That's what I mean. He's just different gravy. You're just looking at him thinking, yes, I'm getting behind that. He's not just, you can just tell he's not just saying it. Like, he's actually like, I'm like, yeah, you know what? We got this, man. In the long run, we have got this. We're calm.
I want him to be me dad.
Yeah, me
Don't
too.
we all, lads? Don't
I want him to be me
We could all
fucking
just
dad.
be Jurgen Klopp's son. That'll be
Innit?
a Delta.
Why can't we? Why can't we make that a thing?
I've said that in the group.
Yeah.
Trust me.
He'd be the fucking best. He'd be the best dad ever. You'd be having bevies with him. Come on,
Molly
man.
on.
Crossbar challenge.
You'd absolutely
Crossbar challenge.
Fat badoinka doinks.
Oh, yeah, Jurgen's just the GOAT, boys. But yeah, the reason why I brought this comment up as well from Shannon. Hi, James. People should put more respect on Mo Salah's name because, mate, right there, because Mane hasn't been. So that's a very good point. Mane only recently has started getting them critics, but the only reason why I brought up this comment is the sheer fact that even though it's been a tough period, even though it's been one of them times where everyone's pretty much out of form, including Mo Salah, who's been the man to step up. And the reason why I'm segueing to Mo Salah is because this was the message he sent to all Liverpool fans that he posted on Instagram. It's been a tough period for many reasons, but we are the champions and we will fight like champions until the very end. We will not allow this season to be defined by recent results we've had, and this is my promise to you all. Now, I don't know if he's even written that, but he must have had some sort of inkling to put that out there, because why would you choose Mo Salah? Yes, because he's one of our biggest stars, but to even just see that, an attitude like that in a time like right now, first off, you know Mo Salah doesn't want to go. Otherwise, his social media team wouldn't have posted that. So you know Salah is 100% devoted to Liverpool Football Club. No doubt about it. Put some respect, and I'll let any one of you intercept after this, but let me just say this. Put some respect on this legend. He's a legend of this club. There's no doubt about, not just because of numbers. He's not just a stat merchant. Because of the moments in which he's popped up in and the job that he's had to do, he's fulfilled it by, how much did we sign him for? 35 mil?
Lad,
fuck off.
Victim of his own success,
Listen,
lad.
Victim of his own success. Even in poor form, the comfortability to still get goals. The fact that he's still the top goal scorer, very comfortably.
Bruv.
Man.
He's in the worst form. He's in his worst form, arguably.
He scored more goals now than he did in the entire last season, like, which is decent. And we are at our worst point that we've been in the last 3-4 years as well, which is just madness. You can't.
You know
like
the mad thing is though.
3 things, lad. Gini Wijnaldum has been incredible. Curtis Jones has come out and been one of the best techie scousers I've ever seen in my life, lad. And Mo Salah is still scoring brilliant goals, lad. That's the 3 highlights of this season, lad. Also, Kelly's our second goalkeeper. There you go.
The Irish, you can see us.
You know what I mean, lad?
You know the mad thing is though about Salah is he probably should have had about 30 more goals.
Yeah, but that's what he does, though.
But the fact that that's his criticism is unreal.
Yeah. That's what he does, though. That's what he did in the season when he scored in 50.
He wastes so many. He wastes so many chances in that, and I'm like, bro, like, look at what he's still doing, though. Do you know what I mean?
When will he stop scoring goals for Liverpool? When will he stop?
I don't know, and I don't want him to stop.
Lad.
Never, don't stop.
Never, please.
Don't stop, won't stop. That's how we rollin', but we got a super chat from Mr. Double X Yeezy. Put some respect on the championes, yeah? Hashtag you'll never walk alone. Shout out yourself, fella. But was you going to say something, Nick?
No, I was just going to say, man, like, I do agree with, like, I agree with the sentiment of that, because I do feel like there's always rumblings in it. Like, oh, Salah will be the one to go, or he'll be the makeshift.
He's the one, yeah.
One's chipping. No one's chipping, lad. The only one that's probably going to go, which we're going to miss, is Gini. But that's still going to be plugged as well, because when we get Hendo and Fab back in the midfield, there we go. I'll miss Gini. Like, Gini's our most consistent, best player, like, but, you know. No one's chipping, lad. I can't see anyone.
Yeah.
People say about Salah that he's selfish, you know, on top of the fact that he misses quite a few chances. He's very selfish, apparently.
Good.
Mate, good, but he's actually not as selfish as people make out. Like, he actually gets more assists than most players in the team, probably besides the fullbacks.
Do you know what it was, right? Last season, he was just trying to score goals in the last half of the season, right? Because we'd already won the league, lad. So he was like, we've already won the league. So
he was rushing to get goals, innit?
That was it, lad. Yeah. That was all that was. And so, yeah, he was a bit selfish. But you know what? That's what you need from a goal scorer. And that's the exact reason why he's top goal scorer in the Prem right now. For that reason.
And that's why Michael Owen scored so many goals. Because, he was totally selfish. Going by that legend on legend, McJeans collab now. So, just by,
McJeans.
McJeans.
Yeah, I mean, McJeans, a great brand, really. They got in touch and said, here's 100 grand, you sell out merchant. Do you want to come on and be a part of it? So I said, yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. There looks like there's something going on with Nick and his screen. Nick, can you hear us still, my mate? Take that as a no. Nick, if you can, then leave, come back. Yeah. Come back if you wish, and we'll get him back into the stream. But boys, we'll segue on to the injuries. I feel like we've covered that topic nicely. I mean, if there's anything you want to add on, feel free to just interrupt me. But I think we all know Mo Salah is certified just boss, mate. Like, he's just that good. And now we're realising we shouldn't be questioning his loyalty. And even though we do give him the credit, we need to give him more.
I don't know what more I can say. I
don't question these players about anything. Do you know why? Do you know why? Because the papers need to sell, the headlines need to sell, all this crap needs to get views and clicks and whatever else, lad. So remember for ages, for about 4 years, we were getting Marco Reus. Remember all this, lad? The paper is crap. That's it. And so is the rest of the genuinely, lad. So until I see Mo Salah go, I'm chipping the boys. Then that's it, lad. You know what I mean? In a bit, boys.
I'm getting off the haze on.
Lads. You know what I mean? That's it, lads.
We're gonna go and have a spliff. Nah, yeah, facts. But we've got Nick back. But boys, let's talk about the players that are coming back from injury, and we'll talk about the ones that were missing. So Fabinho and James Milner were missing from training, but Ben Davies, not the B-Tech Ben Davies, the real Ben Davies, he's back. Naby Keita's back, and Divock Origi are all back in training. Now, apparently Naby isn't ready, but would you introduce him into another game anytime soon? And do you think that Naby, when he comes back into the team, he can give us the lift that really we need? Because we need that creative spark in midfield. That's what we've been saying, or a lot of Liverpool fans have been saying. So what are your thoughts on about Naby?
What's the point? He'll just get injured again.
Naby
all right,
is
Alex,
supposed to be...
all right. No, fuck any of that. We're not being negative. If he can come back and if he can play fit, then can he add something to this team? Can he get into it regularly? It's a big if.
But you
have this energy with Matip then. Have this energy with Matip. You can't write him off straight away. You don't speak to it. No, because you always do it with Keita though, Alex. Like, I don't know what it is, but you don't do it as much with Matip. You don't do it as much with Matip.
How many times have I come on here and said the players that we need to get rid of and that we can't rely on are Keita and Matip? I've said them to you as a pair.
But I'm talking about if he can come back now, what influence can he have on the team? We know that he can get injured, but we knew Matip was important when he was available as well.
Then he's got to go as well.
Curtis and Keita.
No, I'm not asking you whether he should go. We can't make that decision till the summer. I'm asking you, will he make an impact? Can he make an impact in this current team right now?
Yes.
I can't definitely say yes until I've actually seen it happen before.
But he has had an impact on the team before.
Last season, like
not for a long impact, bro. Not for 10, 15, 20 games.
Matip never done it for 10, 15, 20 games.
Exactly, and we can't rely on him either. I don't know what you're aiming at. I'm got the same energy with both of them, bro. Trust me.
Can he come into the team? And because he's had good games for us before, Alex, we're the better team. Let me just say this. Matip, we're the better team for having Matip in it. You know that, don't you?
Yeah, 100%. I'm telling you.
So I'm asking you, are we a better team for having Naby in our team? And is he going to improve us to a level where it could give the team a boost? That's all I'm asking. Not asking about injuries. We know he's got injury problems.
Yes, obviously, when you say it like that, bro, obviously they do make our team better, but I've not seen them do it before for a long enough period for me to trust them to that I will know that they're going to improve us.
Yeah.
If they've just come on for 2 games and they get injured, like, you're dead meat to me. Like, we can't rely on you. Fuck off. You're annoying. Stop getting injured all the time. I know it's not their fault, but again, it just goes back to can we rely on them?
You can see these injuries have got to Alex, can't you? Stop getting fucking injured, lads. Stop getting injured, bro. Do you know what I mean?
Rely on anyone, bro? I've just been let down too many times this year.
Yeah, Gilly's getting trust issues from the players.
Right?
Yeah, literally.
Now, listen, I want to intervene here. Yeah, listen. Apparently, Naby is on some next fitness regime. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's not a case of we're just trying to patch him up to send him out. I think Klopp has identified that this guy needs to be, and he's actually, do you know what I mean, trying to bulk him up and do whatever the case may be. In terms of what Alex is saying, what James is saying, I think he needs to be, because when you look at our midfield, who the fuck else have we got? Like, Milner's now gone down.
Fuck.
It's like, so it's like, it's
the man we can't rely on. He's our only hope. It's mad. It's mad.
It is. That's
it's basically got to be. It's got to be Keita and Jones alternating. That's just essentially what it's got to be, lad. And Keita has to stay fit enough to get a run of games where he can alternate with Jones, and that's it. I think that's the way he's going to be able to bleed into the team, how he's going to get a run of games and get fit. And then going into next season, we'll be able to see if he can be consistent. Because if he can't be consistent next year, then we have to sell him the year after. Otherwise, individually, he's a fantastic footballer, lad. There's no doubt about it.
If a 19-year-old is doing more than you are, you need to look at yourself, man. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
well, Keita can't help getting injured, lad. But I'm going to say it, like, Keita's a better football player than Curtis Jones, lad. He is. But it just can't play the games, lad, and he's not consistent enough. So when you're playing it, it doesn't matter how much of a good player you are. Daniel Sturridge was one of the best fucking strikers, in my opinion, lad. But he played half the games that he played for Liverpool, so it doesn't matter, lad. Yeah. You've got to play beyond the pitch to do anything.
Yeah, that's it. That's what I'm saying. Like, James, if you could offer me now and shake my hand on a 15-game stretch that Keita plays in, I'd shake it right now, because I know the numbers are there. When he's on the pitch, we do win more games.
That's what I'm asking. Right? That's all I was asking. I get your point.
And I've seen that. The numbers are there. So if you could offer me that, a little 15-game stretch where no injuries, I'll shake your hand now, because I want to see some of that 50 mil paid back. Yeah. But if we can't, forget next summer, bro. If we can't, if he gets injured again, I'm sorry, he's got to go this summer. He has to.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I meant.
Cash in whilst we still can.
Yeah, I don't think this summer. I think this summer will be soft. I think it'll be soft getting than this summer.
Right, I want to ask you something. Out of one, keep and sell, Naby, Keita or Oxlade-Chamberlain? Chat get involved in this as well. Naby, Keita or Oxlade-Chamberlain?
I'd sell Keita.
Yeah.
Wow, that's mad. Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because the Ox plays more.
He doesn't.
He's fit though.
Right now.
Yeah. I suppose that's it, lads. That's the only reason.
He's not playing. He's not playing. Yeah. He's
Naby Keita's a better footy player, like.
But, he is.
And he's younger.
Yeah.
You probably get more dough for Keita, but me personally, I would keep Ox.
See, that'd be an alright little excuse. That'd be an okay excuse. If you said to me, and by the way, before I continue, let me read the super chat before it goes. Oscar fan, big up on this, and the lads. Owen is a crap pundit. I don't know what it's from some country, but thank you for the donation regardless.
Slovakia and them, man.
To all the lads in the chat. But yeah, people who are spamming in the chat, God damn yourselves, man. Thank you to the mods who are in the chat as well. Right, I'm losing me figure of thought. What was I saying? Please
Keita or Ox.
Keita or Ox. Naby Keita, not only is he younger, because I don't think that's just... If you said to me, Alex, that the one reason where... Oh, fuck that. I'm trying to say the point that I was trying to say before. Let me say a new one. Naby Keita, he's younger. Not only that, Gini's looking like he's on the way out. So when you're telling me out of Oxlade-Chamberlain and Naby Keita, when actually Oxlade-Chamberlain doesn't surprise me if he's missed more games in the same space of time as Naby. Because Naby gets many little short-term injuries. Yeah. Besides this one that he's just had, this has been his longest-term injury, Naby Keita, whereas Oxlade is out for a season. When Oxlade goes out, he's finished. Whereas at least you get Naby in a couple of weeks. But I get it about... this was the point. I get what you mean about the money, because you're probably going to get more money for Naby. And in terms of cashing in as much as you can of that 50 million, you're going to get the closest to that now if Naby doesn't play well after the summer. But until then...
If you ask me the question like this, who would I sell this summer and who would I sell next summer? I'd sell Keita this summer. And if things carry on the way they are for Ox, I'd sell him next summer.
So you're selling
I'd end up selling both of them, to be honest.
Other way around, lads. Other
I
way
was going
around.
to say other way around. Like, if we are to believe that he is on this regime, and you have to give him
What
a
kind
list.
of regime is this? Like,
I don't know.
what's he doing?
No. Apparently he's doing some next, like, because even like now you see him in training, but he's saying, "Oh, it's not." Apparently he's doing. I couldn't tell you. I'm not in Kirby, but apparently they're putting him through his paces. If, like you said, though, I agree. He comes back and he's Brock. But you got to give him.
Gone, blood. One more chance. This is last chance. You know when the bar girl rings the bar, it's last orders. This is Naby now. You've got one chance to bag a little worldie with a drink at the bar. Don't fuck it up.
Do not miss the chance to blow. You only get this opportunity once in a lifetime.
Yeah, M&M business.
M&M business for Naby Keita.
That's what Naby needs to be listening to on the fucking team bus going to Anfield on Saturday.
M&M, lad.
To be fair, it's his old team tomorrow night, right?
Yeah, but he's not fit though.
Still
He's
in. He's out. No worries. All right.
Thiago, we signed though. Thiago's played against.
There's me going. Stick him in. Get him
yes.
in.
Back in training.
And
KLOPP says he's
I
unlikely.
I rest my case. With what just happened there, I rest my case.
That's not really a good way to rest the case, though, because like he's beat.
No, because there's me going, let's play Naby. He's injured. Right, okay, we'll fuck him off then.
Yeah,
That's
he's still
it.
injured. He's back in training, but KLOPP doesn't want to rush him back in, which I think is a smart thing to do because we need Naby Keita fit. ST, not an LFC fan, but love the vids, James. I appreciate it, my mate. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. Listen, man, Naby Keita over Ox all day for me in terms of who you're keeping. Keita's more of an asset. He was a bigger signing for the club. Oxlade-Chamberlain has a great 17-18. We haven't been able to see him play since.
What about this, though, James? Question for you.
Go for it.
If you could, would you swap Keita and Ox's shirt numbers?
Heavy. No.
I don't think it. No, it doesn't
Why
matter.
would you
It doesn't
do
matter
that?
who's got them.
Because trust me, if there's one player out of the two that is more worthy of the 8 shirt,
only because it's the Ox.
Tell me why.
He loves Gerrard, lad. He absolutely adores Gerrard.
Exactly.
So
that's it. That's exactly what I
love Gerrard. I get the number 8 shirt.
He does more Gerrard things than Naby does.
Bro, I love Gerrard more than both of them combined.
The number 8 shirt? Do you know who deserves the number 8 shirt? Jordan Henderson. Simple as. That's who deserves that number 8 shirt, lad. He does, lad. He should have got given that number 8 shirt.
That's a shout!
And he didn't. It's disrespectful, lad, that he never, in my opinion.
Bro, this is my fucking
If he was in the club
right
now, yeah,
my fucking captain, bro.
I genuinely believe he should have got given that many years ago. When the number got freed, they should have went, yeah, you're the next captain, lad. You take the reins with number 8. But he didn't want to put the pressure on him, lad, and I can probably see that's why. So it's one of them. I'd like to see if Naby does leave, and that number 8 becomes available. There's no point in giving it to Hendo now because it's fucking too late, innit?
Yeah,
but I would like to see. I'd like to see somebody, maybe fucking Curtis, lad. Give it to Curtis, lad.
What, the same shirt number progression?
Nah, do you know what? Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think? Do you know what I think? Stop moving the number 8 shirt around like it's a fucking slapper. Let's just move it away until someone.
Oh, you were gonna say retire then, innit? Oh,
retire it until someone else fucking earns it. So put it. It doesn't matter. Retire, semi-retirement. You know what I'm fucking trying to say? Until someone deserves it, stop moving it around like it's some fucking bus. Like,
did Naby not deserve it?
No, he didn't. But I never said he did.
They should have saved it for Thiago.
Thiago doesn't even deserve it.
And
he's a great player.
He doesn't.
No, he doesn't. I'll argue with you all day. No, he doesn't. No player. Someone who deserves it is someone who's been at this fucking club. Not Naby Keita, but Jordan Henderson, Doyle, was a fucking shout. Sorry.
It's too late for that, though. It's too late for that now.
You say what you need to say.
Too late.
It's too late for Hendo now, lad. Too late.
Nick, was you going to say something?
No. I just said it's too late, man. I just said it's too late. Like,
no, facts. But don't give it to some new randomer who might not.
No. I would agree.
What, like Naby Keita?
I agree with what you say,
never
James.
said that he should have got it.
Listen, if you look at Man United, 7, it's all over the place. Do you know what I mean? I think you've got a point. Give it to someone who, you know what I mean, who's worthy of it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's no rush. There's no rush.
Yeah,
facts,
you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You know, United gave it
Oxlade-Chamberlain. None of them deserve it.
United gave it
number 7 though.
Yeah, I rate that.
Isn't that sick, lad?
I'm fine with that. Hey,
Get on this, though.
It's a weird number, lad, but boss.
United sold Ronaldo. 7 was there. They give it to Antonio Valencia for a year. And then he goes back to 25, and then Owen takes it. So if you want to talk about which clubs misuse the number 7 the most, it's definitely them fuckers.
No. I'm using them as a comparison. As in, look at what, do you know what I mean? Like, let's not.
Yeah, no, I'm saying it's definitely them fuckers. Yeah, 100.
Right, 100%.
So, boys, I actually want to jump into the Leipzig game and get your thoughts there as well. We'll jump over that. I've already done a preview, so we'll do a combined 11 quick. And then we'll talk about the managers and whatnot. And then we'll get into the rest of the stuff that I want to squeeze in before the end of the show. So combined 11, Alisson in goal.
Yeah.
We all okay with that? Unanimous, sweet. Robbo left back.
Yeah.
Okay, unanimous, boss. Trent right back.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go with that as well.
Earlier.
Okay, centre back.
Kabak and Endo.
Oh, I don't want to see Hendo there. I don't want him.
Gotta be.
Who
else?
My heart.
Nat Phillips and Kabak. Come on.
Okay, so we'll do this one by one, and then we'll discuss. So Nat and Kabak from Alex Doyle. What's yours?
Kabak and Hendo, lads.
Okay, and then Nick.
I'm with Alex. Nat and Kabak.
Okay, I'm gonna say Nat and Kabak as well. I don't want to see Hendo at the back again. Fabinho's not available, so. Doyle, you can pull that middle finger up to you. Get out
of here.
Alex or Nick, you can take this for me. I've said it many times. Alex or Nick, say the argument to Doyle for me, just so.
Right, so Nat Phillips, if you chucked a fucking toaster up in the air, he'd leap up and nut it as far as he could, and that's what you want.
I don't doubt that, lads. Do not doubt that.
But mention the point about Henderson, please, Alex.
Okay. Have you ever seen a number 8 play at centre back? No. So get him into the midfield.
That's another reason why he deserves the number 8. Because he's actually a number 8.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean?
Need him in the midfield, bro. Let's not talk about
it. Hey, if you put Kabak, a brand new player who's 19, has never played for Liverpool, next to Nat Phillips, who was chipping last year to go to a college club in America or whatever, and then say, defend against that world-class team there. That's Boston probably going to win the Bundesliga, all right? They'll both go,
Well, hang on. I've got an argument against you. I've got an argument against you, Doyle. Nat Phillips has more German Bundesliga experience than Jordan Henderson does. Sit on that one. Hey, okay.
Tell me, how much more?
Well, probably about 30 games, mate. So he's probably played against...
Yeah, he played for Stuttgart.
There you go. Yeah, come on, knowledge, blood.
Knowledge,
do your homework before you come on next time. But,
Gilly, I don't care, lads. I do not care.
Who hates it when I wind him up?
What was you going to say, Nick?
He's not in bad form. Like, that's another thing. It's not. It's like
no, I'm not saying he's in bad form.
No, he's not. No, Nick. No,
kids.
Go on, Nick. Go on, Nick. What was you going to say?
No, I was just going to say, like, listen. Minamino, we done this with Minamino when he was in good form, and then he's stuttering and all of this. Like the kid's not in bad form. Do you know what I mean? Like he's all right. Stick him in there, and if you have Henderson as the 6, he's still going to be able to guard. Like, and still, do you know what I mean? Like that's what we need him in there to ush. Like our whole attack just becomes like blunt.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Nah, I think so.
Well, I just think that in the Champions League game, it's not the best time to do it. That's all I think. I think maybe do it in the Premier League to test it out.
But we haven't got any games to spare about taking time. We just got fucking.
We do, lads. Not in. We don't in the Champions League. We're 2. Not in.
How did you feel
in the Premier League?
What I would say.
How did you feel the Kabak's debut?
He was boss until the 80th minute, lad. And then everyone just imploded, and so did he. Shit himself, just like everyone else did, lad. Simple as that. He was sound. Then panicked. Done. He was all right, lad. He looked solid. And then he just turned into a slug. In the 80th minute, all of a sudden, just turned into a slug, lad. That does
like someone had just... Yeah.
He was like, lad, his brain, he's obviously like, what's going on? I'm on my debut. We was just winning. Now we're not winning. The keeper's probably going to rate me. My manager's going to sack, like, that's what's going through his head, lads. You know what I mean? While he's trying to chase Jamie Vardy down.
It was a baptism through fire.
Yeah, so boss until we conceded and Alisson clotheslined him.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of the whole team, to be fair. I thought the goal was Alisson's fault more so than Kabak's as well. So
yeah, it was.
I don't think there were any direct mistakes, but the team just got shots a bit. Let me just read these super chats though, boys. From ST, James, name your top 5 players currently. I don't know if you mean for Liverpool or the league. I'm going to assume Liverpool because it's a Liverpool show. So I'm going to say Van Dijk. I know these aren't fit, but just it is what it is. Van Dijk, Salah, Mane, Alisson, and Robbo. They're my 5 favourite players. But everyone else is.
Jay's gone, lads.
How
bizarre, lad.
How bizarre.
KLOPP TV. When's KLOPP ins out? Gilly, lads.
Thursday. We have Thursday. Jamie Knight.
Jamie Knight's video is out on Thursday. Okay, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, man.
Who else have we got on the show, lads?
Well, we've got Michael Owen. He's coming on soon, and
Michael Owen.
Michael.
Go ahead. No, we've got a Tricky on there as well. We're looking to film with James when he can get to London.
I'm gonna shoot out quickly and come back in because I got some B-Tech internet going on right now. Give me a second. I'm coming back.
So it's just me and Doyle on James Redmond TV. No, it's not. Oh, is it? It is.
It still is for now.
Don't know. There we go.
What the fuck's going on here?
You just left us to advertise ourselves, lads. That's what. Thanks for the time, bro.
I mean, I would have appreciated you if you carried on with the fucking show. You never sat there for 2 minutes just doing advertisement, did you? I don't mind you giving me.
No, lad. We were talking about.
Who have we got on KLOPP Bins? And I was like, well, James,
for fuck's sake, boys! No wonder the views went on that mess. And anyway, another super chat.
No, you're the one who just left.
They never left. It was my Wi-Fi. James, will you be on Redmond TV again anytime soon? I haven't been asked by them, so until they ask me, it is what it is. You know what I mean? But obviously, everybody's at the Redmond.
Hey, did you see that they were on tipping point, lads?
I saw that. That's quality. That was funny. Lad. That's when you know you've made it. When you're on tipping point.
Tipping point, lad, having your cup of tea in the day, lad, and just go, oh my god, that's my channel.
Did I read that on the super chat out? Did I just read that one?
Top 5.
Yeah. James, will you be?
I would be interested though. Who do you think top 5 players are in the world? They're quick. I'd be interested to hear them.
To be honest, I'm not too sure. Jack Grealish has got to be in there though on current form for me.
Yeah,
that's my shout, lad.
I'd say Jack Grealish.
I know he's brilliant, lads. Top best 5 players in the world though. Mad. He's took
Aston Villa, to the top half of the Sabre Club, competing for Champions League. He's unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, they've got other good players as well, but if there's one player who I'm taking in the Premier League, it's either him or Phil Foden. They're the two. I'm not saying Phil Foden's there, but just if I wanted for Liverpool.
Jack Grealish is better.
Right now, possibly, but in terms of age, mate, Phil Foden's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I don't want to go too much off on a tangent on this because we've only got so much time left. But with Leipzig, we've pretty much come to the conclusion. Alisson in goal, Robbo left back, Trent right back, Kabak and Nat Phillips was the unanimous, but Doyle went with Henderson as well. But I do think it will be Henderson, to be fair. But we'll go in midfield. Yeah. I'm going to say... I'll let you go first, actually, because I'm unsure on midfield.
So, if you're going to keep Hendo in the midfield, he's got to play number 6, then you've got to play Gini, you've got to play Thiago, lad. Dempsey up the top. Simple as that. And then when it comes to subs, lad, you can bring Curtis and you can bring Shaq on. That's it, lad. Yeah. There's the midfield for you, lads.
What are you saying, Alex?
Yeah, pretty similar. I mean, for me, there is a shout to start Curtis.
Yeah.
I do think he's ready to start games like that. He scored the only goal when we knocked out Ajax, or not knocked out, played them in the groups. Ajax won 1-0. So yeah, I'd have him there, to be honest. And if that means giving Ginny a break and having Hendo, Curtis and Thiago, I wouldn't be mad at that. But realistically, I know Klopp never drops Ginny, so I know Ginny will play. And there's no real movement in terms of what we could do from the bench with the top three. I mean, imagine if we had the options now of a Minamino or a Brewster or just someone that isn't fucking
Jota, lad?
much. Or that's what. There you go. Then there you go.
Jota. When's he coming back? Lad? He's been gone for ages.
We're going to talk about him at the end of this. By the way, Bayern Munich are losing 3-1 to a team that's in the relegation zone. Welcome to 2021.
Hey, they're catching up now. Leipzig are catching up to them now, lads.
They're only 4 points.
We're going to touch more on Leipzig because they're doing really fucking well in the Bundesliga. Their defensive record is amazing, just to let you know. So, whatever.
That comment with the confidence. Is a fucking disgrace, by the way.
What?
That Mo comment at the bottom there. I mean, it's just a joke.
Anyone who's which in the chat or?
No, Mo Nazarel bin.
James from Bad Wolf, can you ban the nonsense typing KLOPP?
That's pretty much what I mean.
Yeah. They're just not beds, lad. Just fuck them. You know what I mean? The mods can do all that job though because we're on this side of the table. That's why I've got the mods. So you know what I mean. But when we're talking about Leipzig, I'll go with that midfield. Thiago, Gini, and Curtis is what I go with. But I think it'll be. No, sorry, I go with Curtis, Henderson, and Thiago, but I think it'll be Gini instead of Henderson, and Henderson will play at the back. Front three, we'll go through this quick because I want to touch on the other topics. Mane, Firmino, Salah.
Yeah, nothing you can change it.
Nothing you can change, really, is it? You know, we're struggling to score goals as it is. So, who's going to come on, Origi? You know what I mean? What do you reckon, Nick?
Nah, mate, that's exactly it. What else can you do? We're struggling to score goals, man. So what you're going to do? Change up the tried and tested? Like, you got to just... And going back to Doyle's point, right? This is what I think. I think that with Henderson in defence, if we go a goal down, we're going to find it a lot harder to find goals. However, I'm a lot more confident if Henderson's in midfield with do you know what I mean? With us kind of... That's
it moving.
Massively. I just think that we might leak too many goals. That's what I'm scared about.
We're between a rock and a hard place, man.
With the front three, I just wish we had more options. It's like, you know, putting 2 batteries in the TV remote, and you know you've only got 2 batteries in the house, so you just flip them around, blow them a bit, you get another week out. You know what I mean? You get another week out of them for that. So we're moving with hella no batteries, blood.
Oh, no, it's true, bro. True.
Going into anyway, I won't say that bit, but yeah,
good. So score predictions, boys.
You know what I was gonna say, though,
innit? Score predictions, boys.
1-1.
Fucking 1-1, yeah.
Nah, go on. He's right. What are you saying, Nick?
I scored on my channel on the preview. I did a score draw, but then after hearing Klopp, I was like, "Oh, we got this! Come on."
7-0.
Not quite, mate. Fuck that. 2-1. Come on, we got this.
Listen, I'll take a fucking. This is the away leg as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
This is how we like to do it. The normal big Anfield nights have always been the home leg in the second leg, but I agree with Nick. You know, if we do win tomorrow night and win in a good way, it would actually be like, fucking hell, should we restart this season and go again and see what we can do? Yeah. And I do feel like all this shit that's happened or not happened over the last week or so, hopefully it's just all under the carpet now and we go, right, we're all here together. We've said what we needed to say. We've had a scrap, blah, blah, blah. Let's just fucking give it another go now. Come on. We'll probably lose 4-0 tomorrow night and we'll laugh. I
was about to say, nothing's in the car, but like the season is still the season and we've still got the injuries we've got and we've still got the problems that we've got, and that's it, lad. Whether or not we're going to find the mentality in a mentality change in the cup, that's a different thing, lad. So hopefully we do find that mentality change in the cup, because that's the only thing we've got left to fight for, and we might fight for it, lad. However, the problems are not going away, lad. Yeah,
come on, 6 times. Are you mad?
6 times?
Come on, man. You're mad. Hopefully it's not like that.
2-2 would be nice. I'd like a 2-2.
I'm going to say 2-2. I think 2-2. I don't know why I'm thinking we're going to get 2 goals, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? I know, lad.
He scores 2 goals for Brechy, lads.
Yeah, he scored against City in a penalty, though. You know what I mean? And they have a good defence.
Yeah.
Whereas Leicester are susceptible at times, and that was a great finish that he doesn't put away most of the time.
Yeah.
But not to be negative, I'm saying 2-2. I'm saying 2-2.
They play a high line like us, though. They try and squeeze, so there'll be space behind. You know what I mean? If we can...
They're going to come at us, lad. These are going to be fucking gunning for us, lad. This is why I'm worried about this defence, because believe me, this team, the way they play football, that Nagelsmann, what is that his name, that young manager?
Nagelsmann, yeah.
Bro, he's quality, and this team have come up in the ranks from
he looks
bottom,
like an evil genius. That
I wouldn't mind
listen,
him
5 years ago.
I wouldn't mind him after Klopp.
5 years ago, he was wearing Klopp PJs. 5 years ago, he was wearing Klopp PJs.
I'm not joking, though, lad. I wouldn't mind him after Klopp, lad. I'm not joking, lad.
He needs to go
in that far, though. What do you mean after Klopp? Come on, brother.
Yeah, I mean, years and years away. Like, don't get me wrong, he's still only a kid, lad, as well. He's got loads of experience to go and get himself, lad. But I'd like somebody to succeed him. I wouldn't mind him, lad. I think he'd be great.
I'm waiting for people to say Steven Gerrard.
Matalan and places
not for ages, though.
Yeah.
Not for ages, like, not for ages.
Nah, definitely, I agree.
I want Gerrard to succeed.
Lad, Gerrard's going to come here and be boss eventually, but we've got to give him
Gerrard's smashing it in Scotland. Let him build experience there, and then he can come here when he needs to come here. But let's move on to the next bit. We'll shoot through this one. We've only got 3 more topics, so we'll fly through them. First one is being Virgil van Dijk is back from Dubai, according to multiple sources, after doing rehab with a company called NAS Sports Complex, and is working on his comeback on Merseyside. With him being around the squad and whatnot, do you think that this could help the team? Because I think it could. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah. Just even him being there. I know he's not going to make the end of the season. He's probably not going to play any games. He probably won't be doing any intense training. But just him being there around the likes of a Ben Davies, Ozan Kabak, it can only do the world a good, surely. That's why I think this is...
Surely, like, you'd have him on the bench if you can. Just, I know he's not on the bench, but... if there's a little space, I know the seats are spread out now.
Have him in the stadium, in the room, in the dressing room.
Yeah, exactly. Have him like walking around, hobbling around, whatever. I don't care. Just have him there, just being an influence. Because even though he's been out in Dubai now for what? He's been out there for ages, like 2 or 3 months or something.
Yeah.
He's been there for time since it happened, really. So I feel like even his lack of presence, even just being around the changing ground, it's definitely affected us. Like, Jesus.
I agree,
imagine how much it's affected us, him just being in Dubai and not being able to be in the change room and put his arm around Kabak and go, come on then, young blood.
That's his hero as well.
You know what I mean, bro? Like, we could have done with that for the last 2 months, really.
Probably would have told Genie to stay as well, lad. He would have just said in Dutch, lad. He would just say, what are you doing, bro? Just sign the contract, lad.
He would have just said, look, just sign the thing, bro. Come on. I'm here.
Can someone count up how many times Alex has said blood in this stream? I've never heard him say it so much, to be fair. But one of them things...
Do you know why? I've actually got the reason. I've just come off of Troops' he just put out this, he released this clip about why he signed to Barstool and stuff, and I just get my blood fixes off Troops when he's not here anymore in real life.
Nah, I'm on it. So I was going to ask you either Doyle or Nick. With Jota because you mentioned Jota earlier, Doyle. So he's going to come back around the end of February. So I'm wondering what you're thinking there, because when you think about it, Van Dijk back just as a presence, Jota coming back for an extra person who can get goals. It's now not just going to be Mo Salah, because we've realised through bad form, the one person who can get us goals is Mo Salah. It's not Mane, it's not Firmino, it's Salah. He's the one who, even if he's having the worst game off the maul, he's still very likely to score.
This season,
is in this conversation as well. So I don't know what you're thinking. Yeah, this season, sorry, that's what I mean.
I mean, they all have it. They all take the reins each season, lad. Each one of them is taking the reins
when
for
all
one
of
season.
Them are shit, when all of them have done bad, at once. This is the first time, and there's one who's still getting an output, and it's Mo Salah.
Yeah. I would say so. I would say that Mo Salah last season wasn't the best goal scorer, lad. I'd say Mane was taking the reins on that front.
Salah still scored more than Mane. He assisted more than Mane. So that's literally statistically incorrect.
No, he did. It is, but I know what Doyle's thinking is, because in the eye test, if Salah don't score in the game, you're thinking, oh, for fuck's sake, like, dude, that's all it is. But he banged.
See, people say that. I disagree.
Salah is one of them
I
players
don't know.
that gets 4 chances in a game and scores 2 of them, lad. He's boss. He is good, or he'll get 8 chances in a game and score 2 of them, lad.
This
He's
is what
always
I
there.
mean. Show him more respect. This is what
Lad,
I was
he's
alluding
boss.
to earlier.
Lad,
We
he's
all do
boss.
it. No, I get you, but we always do it. It's the fact that he gets into them. There's not many ruthless players like him. Bruno Fernandes is one. There's a few, very few.
He's tenacious and he reads the game really well to get in the positions, bro. There's no doubt about it. He's one of the best in the world at that, lad. Without a shadow of a doubt, he's one of the best goal scorers in the world because of that.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that he's the most clinical finisher in the world because he's not. But he definitely gets in the positions to be.
In terms of output, he's still the best finisher.
Yeah. And I agree, lads. Because he puts himself in the position to be so. And that only comes with training and having a smart IQ brain, lad, football brain, to be able to get in them positions. That's what that is, lad. He's being coached in the right way because he always had the talent. He just didn't get coached in the right way until he got to Klopp. And then Klopp was like, hey, think about it like this, lad. You know what I mean?
I'm on it. Super chat from Bad Wolf. 1-0 Alisson. Redemption header last minute. I'll take that. I'll take that all day. I love that.
That'd be boss, that, lad. That would be boss.
Rodri, thank you for the super stick. I really do appreciate it, my mate. And yeah, so that's the Van Dijk stuff. I agree. I think it'll just be better for the team. Nick, what's your thoughts on Thiago, my mate? Because I want to talk about Thiago and FSG before we round up. Let's touch on Thiago first. He's just joined. It's not been the greatest start. What's your opinions on him? Just overall.
He is different gravy. Let's just put that out there. Firstly, he is different. Like he's
as an individual.
Any of this slander and all of that nonsense. I think he's a victim of just what is been a very peculiar season for us. You know what I mean? Like when you add up everything and then you put in Thiago, he's just been a victim of it. He plays differently than what we're used to, and we're just having to adapt. I think a midfield, forget about the centre backs, but a midfield of Fabinho, Henderson, and Thiago is just different.
I've wanted from day one.
Mate, we're talking about a whole different aspect here that we've never had an opportunity to even really see. So I think it's just premature. We have to he's been there. I just even think like judging him on what he's working with right now, having to adjust with what's going on. Just wait until we become the Liverpool that we're supposed to be, and then judge him. And I think he'll be an absolute. Personally,
I agree. What are you saying, boys? Doyle, Alex?
Son, one of the best players I've ever seen play football.
She's Sean, lad.
Honestly, lad, he came into the team in the most chaotic time ever. What's he supposed to do, lad? He's one man. You can't steady the ship, lad, on doing it on your own, lad. So I feel like, again, this season is just about recuperation. Who?
Bruno did.
He never, lad.
Single-handedly, he's dragged them up.
The team is chaos.
Thiago isn't. See, we've got a Bruno in Salah, but he just plays right wing. Whereas Thiago is completely different offering to the team. I agree with you, Doyle, but just to play devil's advocate, in fact, I'll ask Alex, do you think that Thiago could have a problem, even when we go good again, to where he's going to struggle to fit into our style of play? Because that's one question a lot of people are asking, basically. Does he fit Klopp's style of play?
If he can't, then who can, bro? Fucking hell, you learn it.
He's still very good. Don't get me wrong.
Hang on, let me land. What was the style of football that he'd been playing for the last 15 years that has won him 10 leagues or something? What style is that? Genuine question.
Just playing, you know what I mean?
Winning
playing
football,
in a great team.
Title winning football. Cool. So that's the team that he's come into with us.
Title winning football, but that's not a style of play. Barcelona had a set style of play. They passed it a lot in the midfield. They like to get it from the back to the attack very, very quickly. They control the game. That's what Thiago does so well. And we control games as well. Yeah, Bayern a very similar situation, but slightly more intense. Whereas Liverpool, is it one of them things where the gegenpressing of our team, is he going to be able to match that as well as the rest of the players? Because with Bayern, with Barca, he could sit just a bit more. Whereas in this team, he's going to have to do the work as well.
The time that we'll be able to answer this question is when Henderson's with him in midfield. Until Henderson's with him in midfield,
I agree.
Exactly. We can't answer these questions. Once we see Thiago in a freer role where he's maybe 10 yards up with less defensive responsibilities, because if we're all sitting here honest with ourselves, he's picked up some early yellow cards which have pissed me off, to be honest with you. I am with no question am I ever saying that he is not a world-class player. He is. But I just think we'll see his world-class qualities more when Henderson and Fabinho are standing next to him. They go, do your thing, bro. We got this bit covered. You go and do your bits up there, 20 yards up. Because once we get into a 10-game stretch of that happening, we're going to see some mad stuff. But I just want him to score a goal, bro. I can't lie. I'd love him to score a ping tomorrow night.
Just get one out the way.
He runs about, lad, and he tackles. He's
like a little fucking busy cunt.
I like his aggression. I like his aggression on the team. I feel like no one's been doing that, and I like the fact he is.
That's what he needs.
He does
20 yards
though.
And he needs to learn. He needs to adapt on that. But yeah, I do like his aggression.
Less reckless.
Even my missus said like he's too keen. Like with recklessness, basically, is a result of your shit or you're too keen to impress. And we know he's not shit, but he's so desperate to like get a bit of, success individually in a Liverpool shirt that he's rushing into these tackles. He's leaving his leg out when players are going past him. He's not actually getting past the little shoulder drops that he does to get past. Someone will just move him out of the way and take the ball off him. And then he's running after them, takes them out, gets a yellow card. Like, he's so desperate to fucking... Once that first thing happens where we go, now everyone can shut up because you've just seen what Thiago's done there. He's just run the game. Once we see, 10 games like that, then we're all going to be like, rah, this guy is unreal.
I agree. It's kind of like a mixture in the chat as well, to be fair. But boys, I need to wrap up quick because me thing goes about to die. Plus, you need to go now, actually. But dead quick, and I'll come to you, Nick. What's your stance with FSG? With me, I'm kind of on the fence. If they don't invest in the summer, then I've got a problem. But right now, I'm still content, even though they've done a lot more wrong than right. So I want to hear your thoughts.
All right, listen, very, very quickly, right? Quick analogy. Like you got like a Rolls Royce, yeah? Like the chassis is a Rolls Royce, inside mint, it's nice, but like the engine's a bit, it's done. It's been running like a Ford for a little while, yeah? And you get a good mechanic, a really good mechanic that says, listen, I'm going to put some love into this car. And he sorts out the engine and it's running like a fucking Rolls Royce and it's doing bits. You don't then wait until it's on bricks. Do you know what I mean? And then you're like, oh, well, I might sort out, might go and get some tires, they part worn. And then you get in the mechanic who's like, bro, I thought he was going to love the car. Like, you know what? Forget it. That's Liverpool. Yeah. We're a shell of Rolls. Come on, like, we're not Leicester. We're not someone who we're happy to, even though it's 30 years, we're happy to win the league and that's just us. We're not a Red Sox. Do you know what I mean? We're Liverpool.
Don't just
FC.
want it once.
Like, we're a Rolls. Do you understand? And we've got a mechanic who is the best out there. Who, do you know what I mean? And he needs to see that we love, do you know what I mean, the project as much as he does, because at the end of the day, like, there's only so much he can do. And that's where I am. They're good owners. I don't think we've got great owners. And I think that at the table we're trying to sit at, we need great owners. Like, that's we look to the right, we've got Man City. We look to the left, we've got Roman Abramovich. Do you know what I mean? At the table we're trying to sit at, we need great owners, and that's where I stand.
What are you saying, great owners? What is a great owner, lad? I don't know many clubs with great owners, and when you say great owners, it just basically means loads of money. That's it, really.
I want
to know one club that you can say to me where they go, I like them owners.
We've got good owners, right? Let me just put a conclusion.
The businessmen, lads. Businessmen are always going to be businessmen, lads.
But that's the thing. I don't want it to just be business first. I want my club to do well. And this is a comment where it says you just won 4 trophies. Chill. At the end of the day, we've just won 4 trophies, but they've been in the club since 2010. They've been in the club since 2010.
We were going to go into...
They've had 3 seasons. They've had 3 seasons. Now, we're not even going to do a mass debate. I'm going to say this dead quick, then wrap it up because my phone's about to die. They've had 3 seasons where they've won trophies, 2012, and then the 2 seasons where they won the Champions League and the Prem. Other than that, they have done nothing really that you can credit to them, more so to Klopp, where you can say, yeah, they're boss owners, because it's Klopp.
They have.
You know what I mean? They've done a lot wrong.
Lad, we were in dire financial straits, lad.
They're better than our last owners, but it doesn't mean that's what we have to accept.
Bro, they've made us into a successful business. We were absolutely dead in the water when they picked us up, lad. Do you know that?
No, and I get
Doyle, I am aware of what you're saying, but it doesn't mean we just have to stick to where we are now. They're not investing. When you're on top, you've got to stay on top. Doesn't matter where we are, that's 10 years ago. Well done for getting us out of that, thank you. But it's not only that, it's the thing now, we're in a position where we can invest. It's the prime time to go and get players in terms of how good we are.
I think they're waiting for the summer. I think they were waiting for the summer. That's what I think. I genuinely think they were waiting for the summer. And being that the coronavirus happened, they're not getting match day earnings anymore. They're
not buying no one. Even when the coronavirus weren't there, they weren't buying players. The season we won the league. The season we won the league, they never bought no one. They bought Adrian, who was free. They got Harvey Elliott.
We're not Man United, lads. We don't go out and just buy big names.
We're not Man United, but Burnley are spending more than us. Fucking Bournemouth, who've just been relegated, are spending more. Come on, man. We're not Man United, but I'm not saying spend hundreds.
I'm saying that it'll come. We'll get our players. We just got Thiago and Jota, boys. I don't know why he's moaning. Like, genuinely, we've got a really good depth squad right now. We've just been nailed.
We don't have a good depth squad, so otherwise we can do better.
You set yourself up putting this right at the very end, man. You set yourself up, bro. You set yourself up.
We do now with Kabak there, lad. We have. We need more centre backs. We need more centre backs. But other than that, we've got great depth, lad.
I disagree massively.
With both of you. I agree with James and Doyle. Yes, they were great owners. They picked us up when no one else wanted us. It was like when you turn the lights on at 2:45 and you go, oh,
and they got Klopp. They got Klopp.
You know what I mean? It's one of them. They got Klopp in. We won trophies
that's
again.
Lucky as well. It's not really massively to do with that.
Lucky, lads.
No, it is lucky.
Last summer and this January, it was the first time I've looked at them with a bit of a beady eye and gone, why are you not spending dough? What's going on here? I thought you were great owners. This was actually the first time where I've gone, shit, you're not actually not going to back your boy, are you?
I didn't think they were great owners before. Just because they're better than our last owners didn't mean that. Before we won all these trophies, before Klopp came in, they were shit to me. They were shit.
Why though? What did they do that made them shit?
There was many little things that were done. There was the tickets about the Sunderland thing, but there was also little cases that they just simply weren't ambitious enough. They're in an era where you cannot be a sell to buy. You've got to be able to invest some of your own money, and we're not. We're investing money that we've sold. We're not investing our own. It's a business. It's only a business. But the thing is, there's no to them. So I'm saying, if you're not going to invest any into your own money, you're only going to use what we've got in the squad, and you're barely even using that, then it doesn't make no sense.
Have we ever been like that, bro?
I'm not saying that we have ever been like that, but to stay on top, you've got to. And I want to stay on top.
Have we ever won? We've never really been that kind of...
I think that we've been disillusioned.
I'm not saying spend hundreds. I'm not saying spend hundreds, but just,
I think we've been disillusioned by the likes of PSG, Man City, Chelsea, all these teams. Exactly. This is not normal finances that they get pumped into them, lad. Liverpool is not that team.
Have I just said that I do not want to spend 100? You're not listening to me. I haven't said go and spend 100, 200 million. I'm saying to you, what do you mean? What do you want from them? Invest. Don't go into a season. Don't go into a season with 3 senior centre backs, 2 who are injury prone. Don't just wait all the end till January to bring 2 centre backs, 2 who you probably wouldn't have brought in if Matip didn't get injured. It's not good enough. They don't know fucking the next thing. Jurgen Klopp came out publicly and said he wants centre backs. He said it publicly, and he wouldn't because they haven't got the finances. Fuck off, man. But you know what? We'll continue this on the next LFC talk show because we've got to wrap up because the boys have got to go. But Doyle, do you want to say anything to me because I don't want to just end the argument there?
Nah. Don't get me wrong, lad. I'm not saying up for no rich man, lad. I'm not at the bottom of the pile going, hey, them rich fellas are sound, you know. I just think that they're great businessmen, lad, and they've done great business with Liverpool, lad, and that's it. I think Jurgen Klopp hasn't been
Depends how you value success.
Yeah, I think that they've all got different jobs at this club, and what they do in their job is quite well. They do it really well, actually. I don't think they've backed Klopp enough in this season. I think they've been naive. That's what I actually think. I don't think they've done it to damage the club. I think they've been extremely naive in the sense that we've just been extremely lucky without Virgil and anyone else getting injured. That's it. They're just naive, lad. So come this summer, they have to spend dough on some centre-backs, and I agree. That's it.
I'm not FSG out. If they spend this summer, I'm not FSG out right now, but if they do not spend this summer, then I will be, is what I'm trying to say.
Doyle, say something, yeah? With this summer, we need more than centre-backs, bro, but I think you're disillusioned to FSG and you're like, oh, we're not going to get... This is what we're talking about.
Nah, because we just got Jota and Thiago. I'm absolutely fine with.
That's not where we needed to get. That's not where we needed to improve. Those oil
It was exactly what we were asking for.
We needed centre backs way before. We needed centre backs way before. Now you were saying centre backs all summer.
Everyone asked for a creative
I said a striker.
midfielder.
I said a striker and a centre back.
Diogo Jota is a striker and just scored those goals.
Go on.
Oh, he's not. He's a dynamic. He's dynamic lad. He plays all three of them positions, bro. You know he does.
I never said he never, but you know he's not a striker.
He's not a winger.
Go on. He's more of a winger than he is a striker.
He's not. He scored loads of goals.
Oh my god, I would love to see how many times he's played left wing compared to striker. I can find out right now. My phone's gonna die. If my phone dies, please do the outro for me. If my phone dies, please do the outro.
Only because of Jimenez. That's the only reason.
It's like saying fucking Ronaldo was only playing left wing because of.
It's not. Jimenez is 6'4" or something, and Diogo Jota's a tiny.
He can play striker. He can play striker, but he's not a striker. Our backup striker is a Origi. Our backup striker is a Origi.
Oh, I'm not getting into this again. This whole
Diogo Jota literally come in and score 2 goals.
He is.
What? He's a striker.
No, I know, but what I was going to say.
What?
Oh, it's gone now. I knew what I was going to say. Fuck it.
Yeah.
We don't play with strikers, lad. We play with attackers. That's the way we play.
What do you mean?
We don't play with strikers.
Like,
what I've just said.
I get what you mean, but it's one of them things. Like, you can't use that excuse when there's no centre backs. When you, lad, never mind. We'll go.
No, we need centre backs. We definitely need centre backs.
We've got a super chat, and then I'm rounding it up, boys. I'm rounding it up. Go subscribe to KLOPP
get the
TV.
money in and then
go subscribe to KLOPP TV in the thingy. Nah, it's just because I'm not gonna miss a super chat, am I? But go subscribe to KLOPP TV. Go subscribe to Nick's channel. Link in the description. Mo Jota played striker versus Atlanta and got a hat-trick, but he's not a striker.
All right, Sam. He scores 3 goals and he's playing striker, but he's not a striker, lad.
But he's not.
All right.
He can play there, but he's not a striker. Lads. But anyway, thank you for watching, people. Leave a like, subscribe, go subscribe to the boys, and we will see you all in a bit.